Hey guys, what's up? My name's Emily Shea and I hope you're having a wonderful day. For today's video, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about my first week on the job. That includes traditions, my training, my assessment, and then starting work. So I kind of just wanted to talk to you guys about what it's been like, what my thoughts have been on it so far, and then I also have a bunch of questions that you guys asked me on Instagram about how work is going and stuff, so I'll be answering those at the end. But for right now, I'm gonna be getting ready for work, so I already have my costume and my hair done, but I'm gonna be doing my makeup while I talk to you guys. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing I was going to talk about is traditions, because that was my first day of work. I did talk about this a little bit, I think, in one of my other videos, but I'll touch on it again. So, traditions this year wasn't where it usually is. It's usually at Disney University. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go there. We didn't get to, take pictures out front, that kind of stuff. We had traditions here at Flamingo Crossings in the Apprentice Hall. And I was kind of bummed about it, but it was still fun. I still enjoyed it. A couple of you asked if I could vlog while at traditions, and I'm just not allowed to because it is like my first day of work technically. So I am working, so I'm not allowed to vlog it, but it was a lot of fun. We had the normal traditions, learning about Disney, getting our name tags, that kind of stuff. Of course, they still had fun things for us to do, but then after lunch we did have to come back and watch a bunch of boring videos, but useful videos. They were just not the most fun thing to do, but we gotta get through it. So yeah, that was Traditions Day. We had the fun stuff in the morning, and then we had break, we had lunch for an hour, and then we had to go back and watch all the videos about working here and COVID and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was Traditions Day. So I had traditions on Sunday, and then Monday was my first day of work technically. So Monday morning I woke up really early. I think I had to be at Magic Kingdom at 7, so I got up at 5. And my first day of work was really easy again. It was when you work in a park, your first day is gonna be a tour of the park and learning about your land and that kind of stuff. So that's what my first day was. I got a tour of Magic Kingdom, and then I got a tour of specifically Tomorrowland. We got to ride some rides in Tomorrowland. That was fun. And then we got our training schedule for the rest of the week, and that's when we found out what rides we were on. So we were in the tunnels, and they were passing out our training schedules, and they would say, to each person, they would be like, welcome to Space Mountain, welcome to the People Mover, welcome to Buzz Lightyear. And I was really hoping for either Space Mountain or Buzz Lightyear, just because I like those rides the most, and that's what I knew I would have fun doing. So I wanted one of those two, and luckily I got Buzz Lightyear. I was actually one of 2 people who got Buzz Lightyear. There was 8 of us. 5 people got Space Mountain, 2 people got Buzz, and 1 person got People Mover and Astro Orbiter. So yeah, that was my first day. Like I said, it was pretty easy, and then they gave us our training schedule, and they were like, come back tomorrow. You open tomorrow morning, so be up at 4 a.m. so you can come here at 6 and have your costume and your shoes and everything. So that was a little surprising, to say the least. But yeah, after we did all that, we got to go to costuming, and we got our costumes, obviously. So that was really fun. It was way bigger in there than I was expecting it to be. Again, I couldn't film in there because I was working, and that's technically backstage, so not a place I could show you guys, but it was a lot of fun. I really liked it. And my only struggle was getting my shoes, because I needed all black shoes for my costume, and I didn't have any, and they wanted me to start like the next morning, so I had to rush and find shoes. And the bus only takes you to Target, but Target didn't have any all black shoes. So like in the shopping center of Target, there's also a lot of other things, like they had Ross and TJ Maxx. So I looked at those places, and I did find some shoes that worked for me. So luckily I got some that night, and I could wear my full costume the next day. So then the next day was my first day of training, which was very nerve-wracking and a lot of information all at once. So I had to be in at 6 a.m., which means I had to get up at 4 so I could leave at 5. I know a lot of people have questions about like what the commute is like to work. And for me, I leave an hour early. And it's only because I worry about like getting lost in the tunnels and being late to work. And if I leave an hour early, the bus gets me there like half an hour early, and it usually takes me 10 to 15 minutes to walk through the tunnels. So if I had left later, I probably would have been late to work, you know what I mean? So I leave an hour early usually, and sometimes I'll just sit in the break room and wait to clock in, which is not a big deal to me. I don't mind waiting. I'd rather be early than late. So yeah, that's the commute for me at least. I'm not sure how it is for other parks. I'm only at Magic Kingdom, so I'm not sure what it's like for other parks, but that's what works for me, so that's what I do. So yeah, Monday morning I got up at 4, left at 5, got to work at 6, and I had training. So we had to train opening that day, which was really stressful, but I got the hang of it. And that day was also really fun. I really enjoyed my trainers. I really enjoyed learning about the ride, seeing the guests, all that kind of stuff. So that was a fun day. And same thing for the next day. I had to open again on Tuesday morning. So I got up at 4, left at 5, got there at 6. And pretty much the same thing. We trained all the positions. We learned everything. Hung out with my trainers. That was pretty much it. Monday and Tuesday were pretty much the same. And then Wednesday, I got to close. So I didn't have to get up at 4 in the morning. I could sleep in, and then I would work until 9:30. When the park closes at 9, and then you can leave at 9:30. So that's what I did that day. And training closing was so much easier than training opening, just because there's so much like less stuff to do when you close rather than open. So I'm glad that CPs usually close because opening stresses me out. But it was funny because the day that we were like gonna train opening was the first day of rope drop, like bringing back rope drop into Tomorrowland. And so we thought that the ride had to open at 7:30 because during COVID, the parks would open at 8, but they would let people in at 7, and then all the lands would get really overcrowded, so we would let people on some rides. And Buzz was one of those rides where we would open at 7:30 and people could get on if they were in the parks already, just so that we didn't get overcrowded. So that's what we were planning to do on Monday morning, was open at 7:30. And my trainer didn't even know that it was like rope drop that day, that we were gonna let people in at 8, so we didn't have to open until 8. So we were like rushing to get through it, but that's okay. It was still fun. Yeah. So those were my 3 training days. And then I had 2 days off. So I had Thursday and Friday off. And then I had my assessment day. And I was really, really stressed out for my assessment day. Just because like tests scare me, and I didn't want to have to retrain and do everything over again. So I was really stressed out for it, but it actually wasn't as bad as it seems. You do take a test. My test was, I think, 90 questions, and it was just about the ride, how to do these certain procedures, how to do this position, what are the rules for this stuff, and that kind of stuff. But if you get any wrong, your assessor will go over it with you and then help you get to the right answer. They won't just give you the right answer, but they'll like go over it and be like, well, what do you think this would mean if this happens, and kind of guide you in the right direction. So there's really no way that you could fail the written test part. And then there is an on-the-job test part, which was also really stressful, because you would just, they would tell you, okay, go to this position, and you're going to do that position for about 15 minutes, and I'm going to watch you do it. That part stressed me out a lot just because I had never done a position by myself. When I had my trainers with me, they were like helping me. They were telling me like, okay, the ride stopped and this is what this alarm means. Go do it. Whereas the assessor obviously would just watch. So that one really stressed me out, but of course I still passed. So yeah, I passed that day, and then I had my assessment from 10 to 2, and then my schedule said, if you pass your assessment, you can just work from 2 to 10. So I worked, technically I worked 10 to 10 that day. So I really just jumped right in. But everyone on Buzz is super, super nice. I mean, every cast member I've met is super, super nice. So if I ever have questions, I just ask one of them, and they don't hesitate to help me. So it's stressful to me just because I do get overwhelmed with the amount of like responsibilities I have and the amount of guests we have and all that kind of stuff. But having the help from the cast members who have been there for a while really, really helped me. So yeah, those were my training days and my assessment day. Then I just got to jump into work. So I got to take my little tag off that said earning my ears. I officially earned them, and I started working. And when I started working, I never had to close. I never had to open. I've only had to close. And closing is so much easier, so I'd rather do that one anyways. So yeah, I've been working for the past couple of days, and I have gotten really stressed out. Yesterday, I almost started crying in front of guests because I was on load 2, which is the one that's really stressful for me, and you're on the console and you're like controlling the ride. And we had a couple of ride stops while I was on console, and so I had to like remember how to deal with that and remember my spiels and everything like that. But I had those cast members there that were helping me, telling me like, oh, push this button in so you can spiel and that kind of stuff. So I got overwhelmed yesterday, but that's okay. I had load 2 and I got overwhelmed, and then I went on break, and then I had load 2 again and I got it just fine. I knew what I was doing. So I think once you get the hang of it, it's a lot better. I'm still getting the hang of it, but it's already getting better. So yeah, those are my work days. These next couple of days I go in between 3 and 5, and then I leave between 11 and midnight, sometime around there. So yeah, nothing too crazy, not too bad. Today I work 3:30 to 11:30, so I'm gonna leave here at like 2:15, and yeah. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish my makeup, and then once I'm done with it, I'll sit down and go through the questions that you guys asked me over on Instagram and answer them for you guys. So again, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, the link will be in the description down below. It's just Making Magic with M. And I'll be posting a lot over there when I can. Probably not as frequent as I was before, just because I am working now. But yeah, let me finish my makeup and then I'll answer your questions. Okay guys, I have my hair and makeup all done. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and answer some questions I got from Instagram. from you guys. So we're just gonna go through them and answer them all. If you guys have questions that I didn't answer in this video, go ahead and leave them in the comments below and I'll either reply to you or I'll make a new video, depending on how many I get. So let's get into it. Someone asked, favorite part of the DCP so far? I really like meeting everybody. I mean, I was the first survival group, and so there wasn't that many people here when I got here, and so we all got like to meet each other and hang out, and that was really fun. But as more people come in, there's been 2 more arrivals since I've been here, and as more people come in, I meet more and more people and from all over different places, and I think that's my favorite part. I mean, we all have a common goal here. We all wanted to do the program. We all wanted to work for Disney, so we all have something we can bond over, and I think that's my favorite part so far, is just meeting everybody. But I also have been enjoying interacting with guests. Some guests can get really mad at me because they think that they're in charge, but other guests are really, really sweet. I wear pigtails every day to work, either like this or all my hair in pigtails, something like that. And every single day I've worn pigtails, at least one little girl will tell me that they like my hair, and that just makes my day. I love it. I love talking to the guests, making memories for them, doing that kind of stuff. So I have 2 favorite parts, I guess. My favorite park. My favorite park is Magic Kingdom, just because, well, 1, I work there, but also I'm a Disneyland girl, so Magic Kingdom has a special place in my heart. I've been to all the parks except for Animal Kingdom so far. So I'm gonna visit that one soon, but of the 3 I visited, Magic Kingdom is still my favorite. My favorite part of training. My favorite part of training was probably my trainers. You're supposed to have 1 trainer per like a certain amount of people, but it was only me and 1 other girl training, so we only had 1 trainer, but there was a girl shadowing my trainer so she could become a trainer. So technically I had 2, and they were really, really nice, really, really sweet and funny. So it was just the 4 of us girls hanging out for like 3 days straight. And while we were working, it was still really fun, and I still got to like get to know them. And they're gonna be working on Buzz with me, so I'm really excited for that. So yeah, I think my favorite part was just getting to know my trainers and learning from them. I'm glad that I had cool trainers to learn from. How long is your commute? I touched on this earlier, but I do leave about an hour early for work, just because I'd rather be 15 minutes early than 15 minutes late. So I do leave an hour early, but once I get the hang of like knowing where I'm going in the tunnels and everything, I may leave like half an hour early instead. It just depends, but right now I leave an hour early. How are you? How is work so far? Like I said before, I was really overwhelmed, and I still do get really, really overwhelmed. There's a lot of guests, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, there's a lot of questions that I don't know the answers to. So I do get really overwhelmed, if I'm being honest, but it still is really fun, and I'm still enjoying my job. I mean, being around the guests and being in Disney World and all these types of things, it's been really, really fun. And I did get to go to the fireworks show the other night, the cast preview, and that was so much fun. And last night while I was working, it was the first night of fireworks open to guests. So we were really, really busy, but it was still fun. We still got to see their reactions to the fireworks and everything. So I'm doing good. I'd say I'm doing good. I get anxious, I get overwhelmed, but I'm having fun. So. Weirdest thing that you weren't expecting to happen with anything. I have to think about this one. Let's see. Oh, I guess my weirdest thing is my working on Buzz, because I think I said this before, I had a dream that I was gonna be working on Buzz, and then now I am. Like, I think that's so weird that I like dreamt it into existence, I guess. But yeah, I think that's the weirdest thing. If I didn't tell that story, remind me in the comments and I'll tell it to you guys, but I think I did. So yeah, I think that's the weirdest thing that's happened. What has been the funnest part of DCP so far? Honestly, I think the welcome party we had was really fun. We had like a dance party on the Great Lawn, and it was really fun. There were some people that were just standing there and not dancing, but my group of friends, you know, we were out there for every single song, dancing every single song. So we were just making the most of it, and it was really fun. So I think if you're coming, go to the welcome parties. Even if they sound lame at the time, go to them and make friends and meet people, because even if the party's lame, the people aren't lame. So what are the COVID restrictions at the parks, resorts, and Flamingo? So they have actually been lifting a lot of restrictions. Right now, we don't have to wear masks anywhere except for on transportation. So literally the only time I wear my mask is on the bus to and from work and to and from like home. Sometimes I'll wear it inside the ride just because if I'm on like load 1 or unload 1 where I'm walking on the belt and I'm telling guests where to go, they can get really, really close to me. So I'll wear my mask if I'm on one of those 2 positions, but the rest of the time I really don't. If I'm outside, I don't wear it. I am fully vaccinated, but it just gets like, especially when it's rainy outside and I have a mask on, I cannot see out of my glasses. So I kind of need to be able to see. So yeah, there's like not really any COVID restrictions right now. There's like not any more plastic on the rides or in the queues. There's no more distancing in the queues. I'd say right now we're pretty relaxed. Technically the rule is at Disney World, if you're not vaccinated, you have to wear your mask, but we're not allowed to ask, so pretty much no one wears a mask, really. That's just the way it goes. What is your dream location and another park you would prefer to work on? My dream location is entertainment. I got in last year as a character performer, and I still really want to do that. My dream is to work on Fantasmic. I would love to be friends with Sorcerer Mickey. Like, that is my ultimate goal. I also would love to do the parades. That would be so much fun. Mickey's Friendship Fair at the castle would be so much fun. So yeah, I think that's my dream location. I would love to be a performer in any of the parks, really, but ideally Magic Kingdom or on Fantasmic. Do you think the ICP is coming back soon? And did you hear from Disney people? The ICP is the international program, and honestly, I think it will come back soon. Don't take my word on it because I don't know for sure, but I have heard some people talking about it. People were moved out of Epcot to different locations, like out of specific countries in Epcot to different locations. So we speculated that that's because the ICP is going to be coming back, and they usually put the ICPs in Epcot where they're from, just because it makes sense. It's your culture, you know about it. So people were moved out of Epcot, and so we were kind of speculating. But honestly, I don't know for sure. I think that there are still countries that are struggling with COVID, unfortunately, and they have to be fair to everyone. If they bring back the ICP for some countries, they have to bring it back for all, I feel like. So I think they do have to wait for all the countries to be safe and able to travel and that kind of stuff. So I'm not really sure, but I'm really hoping it comes back soon because I would love to meet all the people from different countries. I think that would be so much fun, and I want you guys to come here. I want you guys to experience it. So hopefully it comes back soon. Alright, I think that's all the questions I had. Like I said before, if you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. But other than that, I have been having a lot of fun at work. I have an hour before I have to leave and go to work again, and yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching my video today. Remember to follow me over on Instagram if you want to see more of my journey. But other than that, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!